Okay, ever feel like um, you're doing everything right, like eating healthy and staying active,
Yeah.
but that stubborn, visceral fat just won't budge?
Yeah.
We're tackling that frustration head on in today's deep dive.
It's a common concern. And what we're finding is that it's not always about like what we eat, but when we eat. That can make a significant difference, especially when it comes to visceral fat.
That's exactly what caught my attention in this Palmerston North Fitness and Wellness Community podcast episode. They were talking about how timing our meals, particularly carbs, can be a game changer. It really made me rethink my whole approach to food.
Yeah, it's a growing area of research, and the science behind it is fascinating. The episode features wellness expert Al-Sharif Abdelmuttalib, and they delve into the relationship between meal timing, insulin response, and visceral fat storage.
They kind of lost me a little at insulin response, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I'm all for making healthy changes, but I need to understand the why behind it.
Absolutely. It's all about how our bodies process food differently throughout the day. In simple terms, insulin sensitivity. Our body's ability to use insulin effectively fluctuates.
Are you saying my body handles a plate of pasta differently at noon than it does at, say, 8 at night?
Exactly. And Al Sharif Abdul Muttalib highlighted that in the podcast. You see, in the morning, our bodies are primed for carb burning. Insulin sensitivity is higher, which means your body can utilize those carbs for energy more efficiently.
Okay, so my body is a carb-burning machine in the morning. I can get on board with that. But what happens later in the day?
Well, as the day progresses
Yeah.
and we become less active, our metabolism naturally slows down, and so does our insulin sensitivity. This means that if you eat a carb-heavy meal in the evening, especially simple carbs like white bread or sugary treats, your body is more likely to store those carbs as fat, particularly as visceral fat.
So that late-night bowl of ice cream is like a double whammy. Slower metabolism and an insulin spike. No wonder it's so hard to shake those love handles. But honestly, changing dinner habits feels almost impossible. It's when I unwind, the whole family's together.
Right, you're right. It's definitely a challenge. And the podcast episode acknowledges that it's not about skipping dinner altogether, but about making smarter choices. Abdul Muttalib suggests focusing on proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbs in the evening.
So, what, swap my spaghetti for a salmon fillet and some quinoa?
Exactly. Think grilled chicken or fish, a hearty salad with avocado and nuts, or even a lentil soup. These options provide the nutrients your body needs without the same insulin spike.
This is making so much sense. I've been so focused on what I'm eating that I never really considered the when. But what about those days when you're really craving comfort food? Surely we're allowed a pasta night every now and then.
Absolutely. It's all about balance and sustainability. The key takeaway here is to be mindful. If you're having pasta for dinner, perhaps make it a smaller portion and load up on veggies. Or try having your pasta dish earlier in the day when your body's better equipped to handle those carbs.
It's like strategic carb loading. I love it. It's not about deprivation. It's about making informed choices.
Precisely. This podcast episode really emphasizes that it's about making gradual, sustainable changes, not overhauling your entire lifestyle overnight. Small tweaks can lead to big results over time.
And the best part is, it takes the guilt out of enjoying all foods. It's all about timing. This has been so eye-opening.
It's amazing how much of a difference understanding the science behind our bodies can make. It empowers us to make healthier choices.
It really does feel empowering. And this deep dive into meal timing has me wondering, like, what about people who have more unpredictable schedules?
That's a great question. And while this podcast episode didn't specifically address those scenarios, the underlying principles still apply. So even if like your workday starts at 3 p.m. or you're pulling a double shift, it's still about being mindful of when you're eating those carbs relative to your activity levels.
Exactly. The key takeaway is that our bodies are simply better equipped to handle carbohydrates earlier in our active periods, whenever those might be. It's about tuning into your own individual rhythms and making adjustments as needed.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. I feel like I've got a whole new toolkit for tackling visceral fat, not just by changing what I eat, but by strategically timing my meals.
And remember, like they said in the podcast, everyone is different. What works wonders for one person might not have the same effect on another.
So true. It's always a good idea to listen to your body and maybe even keep a food diary to see how these changes affect you personally.
Absolutely. It's all about finding what works best for you and your lifestyle. This podcast episode gives us a great starting point. And from there, it's about experimenting and listening to your body's feedback. So if you're looking to reduce that stubborn, visceral fat, maybe we should all be setting our alarms a little earlier. Not for exercise, but for a hearty breakfast of champions.
Who knew timing our meals could be such a powerful tool for better health?